What's up, everybody? Welcome back. More exploration. Today I just went in and I looked up a couple places. First I went into our map and I did a search for Jita to see how far out from Jita I was. I was 18 jumps. And then I looked up Do-Dixie because I think that's the Galente trading hub, and that was closer. It was probably about 10 jumps. And then I just started looking for lower security space that I could get to. Not low sec necessarily, but you know, like this. Okay, that's good. So that's 10 jumps. I just found a location to take myself in a certain direction. So I talked about this previously a little bit. Just pick some random point out in the boonies and then head off. And then each time you jump out, see if you find any. Let's see, where am I going here? I need to make this. See if you can find any signatures to scan down and do some exploration. So we're going to do that. I think the further away I get from this Clelanon noob area, the better. So I'm going to get out, at least 3 jumps or so before I probably see anything worthwhile. But anything I see over here, I'll scan, and we'll see where it goes. Alright. No signatures or anomalies in the current system. Well, I've also... Yeah. So there's a combat site that's an anomaly, but I've filtered out anomalies because it can get kind of messy over here otherwise. Let's close that. I don't need to know. Just dirties up my little scanning map. And mind you, I'm still an alpha character. I'm still in this alpha ship. All I remember is that its name is Anthony. Animicus, there we go. Okay. So, this may be the wormhole that I found previously. Alright, I gotta get out of... But, we'll scan it down. There. Yeah, we'll center it that way and we'll scan. Open up our people, places, and things. Peoples and place, people and yeah. We'll open up this window. That's what we're gonna do. Center that a little bit. Okay, it's down there. And over there. It's 8, and I think I'm going to make it 2. So how is everybody's Sunday going? Hopefully well. I'm hoping I can find a relic site in this video. Just as a... yeah, that's a wormhole. Alright, we will call our probes back and head on to the next one. Just because I want to show you the comparison of the quality of loot. Now, the one can, as a point of comparison for a data site, is it's not many data points. I don't mean to overlap my wording here, but we need a larger sample size to show a trend. So, we made 360K on that one can. Imagine that there are more than 2 cans in a site, but if there are 4 or 5, maybe even 6 cans, you made 1.8 million. If they're all like that, they all won't be, but that wasn't a terrible one. All right, let's see here. I'm just double clicking out into space to get myself moving and to drop, the cloak that comes from warping or taking a gate. All right, I've moved it out to 8 AU, and I'm going to just scan that way, and hopefully one of these two will resolve into something that makes a little bit more sense. know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to move this there and that there. And since I'm not chatting in it, I'm going to... Ooh, wow, this is a big... There's a lot of people in local. I want to say that the ring, I read somewhere, it's been a while since I really was doing a lot of homework on this game, but I read somewhere that I think that the ring shows that the actual node will fall somewhere on that ring. Whereas the sphere shows that it's somewhere in that sphere. Yeah, it's... probably on the outer ring of that sphere, so we're going to need to, or outer surface, widen our scan a little bit, try to narrow it down to a point, and then we can, yeah, then we can tighten our scan. Oh, yeah. Alright, so that's a wormhole. I'm not going to waste time scanning on that anymore, but I'll try this one, and then I'll go to the other one as a, you know, it's one or the other. Scanning difficulty unknown. Scanning, oh, that's interesting. I've never seen a scanning difficulty rating. Alright, so I guess that means it's up here. It might be that I'm just too focused at half an AU. I need to bump it out to 1 or 2 again. No, maybe not. Unstable wormhole and wormhole. Alright, so I'm not going to waste any more time on that. We are just going to go to the next system and move on. It helps to just have some place to go as opposed to randomly picking you know, gates to jump through, because you don't know where you're going, or whether you're just circling the same area, or whether you're going, you know, out into a dangerous area, or what's going on. Thankfully, they warn you before you jump into low or null sec, because that would be an easy mistake to make. But yeah, at least by setting yourself a destination, you kind of... Yeah, there's no anomalies or signatures there, so we'll just jump straight to the next one. And the further we get away from the super high security space, I think the more lucrative these sites will be, if we can find one. This may be another fruitless hunting session, but we're trying. And this is pretty much what exploration is. So you'll get a few... You may go into a wormhole and get lucky and have a really lucrative wormhole, and you'll find a bunch of sites. You'll leave that wormhole with 150 million in loot. And then you may spend an entire day jumping from wormhole to wormhole and not find anything. So, you know, this is just kind of the way it goes. Nothing in this area. If you're staying in high security space, this is something that you might be able to do while watching TV, or, you know, having another monitor up and, you know, browsing the web or whatever. It's not terribly focus intensive, but if you get into low or null or wormholes, it's like sweaty palm inducing levels of anxiety. All right. Really, there's nothing in either of these systems? I recognize tar. Tar seems to be a bottleneck in a lot of... I don't know. what the word is for it, but it's like if you set a destination, the course that it sets for you. If you're traveling from one side of this space to another, a lot of times it'll take you through tar. So sometimes people set up bottlenecks to trap couriers or haulers that they're, that are carrying. All right. Well, there's a couple. There are enough people in this area that I think that this is probably. All right. So there's one out here and one in here. I'm going to do this, but you notice that the sphere is a little bit outside of my bubble. I would guess that I'm going to need to expand that to 8 AU in order to capture the entire thing and narrow it down from there. But you never know. Yeah, all right. I'll take it. So generally, if you were anywhere other than high sec, you would probably want to be running your directional scanner as well. And the hotkeys are all sort of right next to each other. All right, that's a wormhole, so we will come out here. But because we're not, it kind of clutters up the screen here for what we're doing. So I put it away. The hotkey for directional scan is V, and the hotkey for analyzing with your probe scanner is now B. So that's good to know. We'll get over on that. Center it there. Get another scan in. If you're looking for wormholes, they're relatively easy to find, and I won't say, yeah, they're pretty common. Yeah, that's another wormhole. As you can see, just from the few videos that I've made of me trying to do this, I find they hang out a lot longer than data or relic sites do. So they're much more easy to come across, and they move around. So if you're looking for a wormhole entrance, you might be looking for a specific wormhole, in which case that's a lot harder. But like if you're looking for a certain class of wormhole to enter, or if you're looking for a wormhole that itself exits into low or null security space, that's going to take some searching. But in general, finding a wormhole, if you're just hopping around, they're everywhere. All right. Launch our probes. Scanning difficulty unknown. Woo. Allergies are kicking. I will spare you hearing me blow my nose and try to mute this.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, forgot to take it off of mute. Either way, what I was saying is you can see these little IDs that they've got here, and if you punch that into Google, it'll tell you information about the wormhole that you've discovered. And if you are into wormhole spelunking, that's something you're going to want to get familiar with. So I was hoping that we'd find a relic site, make a little bit of money on this trip, but that's just the way it goes. Alright, well, we got a data site, and it's got Blood Raider in the name, so that's good. Local Blood Raider mainframe. Again, if you type these, if you type almost anything into Google, you'll figure out stuff about what you're about to get yourself into. So local Blood Raider mainframe, it has the name Blood Raider in it, which means that there aren't going to be things defending it when we get there, which is good. I don't think that happens in high sec for the most part, but alright, we got two cans. One that's very close, and I'll just scan it with a cargo scanner and see what we're dealing with. Alright, so one's got a skill in it. That's good. So let's work our way through here. There's one. Get a wrench. We'll use that right away. Generally, if you stick around the outside, it's hard to, if you run into something like that, you don't block off an entire avenue for yourself. Really? Come on. Okay, that's 5, so none of those are... Alright, so this has 50 health, and it does 10 damage to me each time, so I can take 2 hits effectively without dying, and I think I can clear it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we loot it. That's 330k right there. We'll approach this one and orbit it. Analyze that. And notice again that cache was green, which meant it was technically easy. So I went here because these are safer, the nodes in the middle of all the other nodes. Like this wouldn't qualify because this isn't a node, but this one would. So let's move across here. We'll take that wrench and use it. And I would guess that the... Oh, well, alright. Alright, well that was pretty easy. And we'll loot that as well. Recall the probes. Now, just from those 2 cans, we've made 740k. So that's pretty good. So I'll unlock that one, and we'll jump to our next and last location, and hopefully we can find something. But that's good to know. You also pick up a lot of carbon. I'm not sure what carbon is good for other than filling up your cargo hold very slowly. It doesn't take a lot of inventory space, or any, really. So, yeah, I think it takes like 0.01. It doesn't register until you've got a bunch. Alright, there's 3 here. That bodes well. We'll launch our probes. And hopefully we'll pick up both of those and maybe be able to identify them. I mean, we're at 4 AU, so that's already not tight, but okay, one's a combat site, and the other is going to be clear here shortly. Scanning difficulty level 1, scanning difficulty unknown. Now, just as since I've got drones, and drones are my main, okay, that's a, I'm going to scan this down as a practice, and then I'm going to do a Google search and figure out what it is, and then if it's worth doing, or at least worth, if it's something I think I can do in this ship, then I will try to do just that. Blood Hideout. Alright, so we've got the name, and while this brings it in a little bit, I will come over to Google and see what this looks like. Looks like we'll see frigates, a couple destroyers, but mostly frigates. Okay. Alright, well, let's save that. Yeah, I'll call it Blood Hideout, I don't care. And we will resume our scanning. Keep forgetting that I can double click and spin it. Only 7 people here. Come on. You notice that in scanning down the Blood Hideout, I also managed to scan down the wormhole as well. Okay, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to scan this down because I'm already at 2 and... But I'm going to keep trying. We'll see how far we can get. Now it's at 1. I've only got 2 more bits of resolution further I can go. I think I'll be able to identify it, but that's it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we know it's that one. We'll drop the resolution a little bit and get closer in on it. Oh wow. That got high quick. Alright. Well, let's go here and see how we do. This may be a mistake. It doesn't look like any of these have warp scrambling, so if things get hairy, we'll get out. Let me recall these. And we are where we were headed, so if nothing else, I will align to this station and just be ready to GTFO. The nice thing about flying a ship like the Imicus, alright, I don't know where the acceleration gate is, but I'm 0 meters to it, there we go, is that I can have drones in the cargo bay, which gives me some combat capability. Some of the other faction exploration frigates, especially the Tier 1, they don't have any combat capability. And this is looking suspicious. I would guess somebody is already here, which is why this area is cleared out. But we'll go to the next area and see for ourselves.
Warp drive active.
Okay, destroying the Blood Raider Chapel. You got it. There are just lookouts there, and this next place has a chapel. Looks like the person that was here did not read yeah, they didn't read their read up on the site. So we'll just send our drones to work. So there's supposed to be a number of different waves of oh. So why I suddenly broke off my attacking drones is I don't want to. Sometimes different health levels of an item of a I don't know, of a station or whatever it is that you're attacking will prompt and trigger more spawns. So these guys are trying to target me. They're awfully far out, and oh good, they've got tracking disruption. Well, let's go get in their business. I've got to be within 40 kilometers in order to target them. And consequently, yeah, keep in mind I gave up a bunch of my hull and my defenses in order to... Yeah, come on, drones. You need to do better than that. This might have been a bad idea. So we're going to align. Alright, that's not bad. Now I got out of my target range, but where's the... There we go. Oh yeah. We're booking. Got like 3,400 meters per second. That's fast. I doubt it has anything of worth. But I'll salvage it. Okay, nothing to salvage there. There's really nothing to loot either, but oh, well, there we go. I didn't get it in time. Oh good, metal scraps. That's well worth it. Yeah, I'm kind of wasting time on this. But if we get any decent salvage... Okay, well, it's not nothing. Alright, so we got a wave of 3, Chapel Aggression Wave 1, and there'll be another wave with 2 2 sets of 3, which I think is perhaps going to be more than I can manage in this ship especially. So let's see what's in there. Nothing. Okay. By killing the chapel, that's what may trigger an an escalation, which is why I'm doing this. I would guess once we get into... well, maybe not. I was going to say that once we get into armor, maybe it's 50% armor, that the next wave will come. Yep, alright, break off. I wish I had a hotkey for telling the drones to engage. Oh shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Warp drive active.
Okay. So we abandoned 4 drones there, which is, they're pretty cheap, so I'm not too torn up about that. But let's dock up. We'll repair, which hopefully is very cheap.
Requested. Docking request accepted.
And then we'll go back out there. And this is why we bookmark it, because you never know when you're going to have to get back out there. And there is no repair facility. Okay. It's good to know. But that should have recharged our shields. Yep. Yeah, this is turning into a bit more of an ordeal. So let me leave it here. I'm going to go try to reclaim my cheap-ass drones just because I hate giving them up like that. And otherwise, thanks for watching. And if there's anything you would like to know or any questions you have about the world of alpha exploration, let me know. I think next week I'm going to get into mining. That'll be relatively short videos because really who wants to watch somebody sit and mine for 10 or 15 minutes on end? Maybe you, I don't know. But we'll try to find a way to make it interesting and educational. And we'll just go from there. So this week, enjoy the exploration. And next week, we'll get into mining. But right before we do that, and right before I cut off this video, I'm going to show you how you can, let's see, how you can reconnect to your lost drones. I may be too far away when I warp in. Yeah. But basically, you just right-click on your ship and... yeah, okay, yeah, that's going to be dangerous. And reconnect to lost drones. Yep, see, there they are. They're returning. And hopefully they're faster than... bloop, 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 bloop. Yep. Alright, so one way to go about doing this is, so clearly they can't catch up to me. But if I just fly out here a good long ways, I'll set myself at a little bit slower speed. They can keep trying, and once they're like way out here, I can just kind of zip on back to the chapel and hopefully, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is stupid. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. Where is the chapel? Where is it? Yeah, there's some asteroids in here. Asteroids. That's me. And okay. I wonder. See, I just can't handle 3 destroyers and 4 frigates all at the same time in a ship that's not a combat ship. So, if I stop and these guys keep coming, I can actually warp back to the chapel. And if they're far enough away, they won't be able to get to me by the time I destroy it. So this is at 450, and they're 365. This guy's going to get close before... Well, maybe we can take him out. So it would be nice if in my overview here there was a vertical column for the target speed. Because then I could see how fast they're approaching. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring my drones in. I'm just going to try and warp there now.
Warp there, because natural phenomena are
Natural
disrupting the
phenomena.
ship.
Okay, well, that's good to know. All right, well, I think I'm just going to call it there. I've been recording too long already, and that's it. So this is the sort of thing that you can get yourself into if you're into exploration. You find a combat site, you think, oh, I bet I could do that. You can't. Or at least you could if you were better than me, I think, probably, because it's a level 1, class 1 site, and it's relatively easy. But where I was at, I just wasn't set up for it. So I got my drones back, which is good. They're not damaged. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.